Welcome everyone, I'm Izzy at Minerva. In today's video we're going to look at fitting our first toile of our bodice block together. We've got a number of different things that we're going to be looking at as we consider the fit of our toile, and I'm going to talk you through those step by step, one by one. So for you, you may have a number of different things that you need to review with your toile. When you put it on, you may notice there's sag lines, or it's a bit too tight, a bit too loose, needing a bit of volume taken out, bit of volume putting in. Now the areas that are going to need improvement for everybody will be different for their toile. It's not like one solution is going to, resolve everything. You're going to probably need to try and adapt the pattern in 3 or 4 different ways. So as we look at the fit, we're going to address the biggest problem first, and then we're going to look at the rest. So your biggest problem may be that it's just generally too big on you or generally too small. So we'll address that first, and then it may be that you want to look at the shoulder alignment, or maybe the bust darts aren't quite big enough, all those sorts of things. We're going to look at each thing separately so that you can then piece together what you need to do and sort of pick and choose from this fit series exactly how you need to adapt your toile. In this series we're going to look through a number of different alterations, and these will all be separate videos, and this is the order that we're going to look at them in. To start off with, generally too big or too small, how to address that. Apex location being too high or too low. Looking at the impact of the hollow chest alteration and what needs to change as a result. Moving on to look at the neckline, we'll look at if the neckline is too wide or too tight. Then we'll look at the back neckline and see if that is just too tight, how to make that alteration. And then if the front neckline is too loose, how to look and adjust that. And a lot of these principles can be applied to the front and to the back. These alterations are very similar across the board. We'll then move on to look at the shoulders, and we'll look at the shoulder seam alignment to start off with. Then we'll move on to look at the shoulder width, if we need to lengthen it or reduce it. Moving on to look at square shoulders, if our shoulders are more square, the impact that has on our block. And likewise, sloping shoulders and the impact that has. We'll also look at raising or lowering the armscye. And if you have a gaping or gapping armhole at this point, we'll also look at that. Moving on to the back, one common fit alteration is if there's a rounded back, we will be looking at that next. The full bust adjustment is a classic fit alteration. So again, although this block is measured to fit your body, you may just find that you need to alter it around the bust area as well. So we'll look at that together. Moving on, we'll then look at balance, having adjusted all those things to see if the effect of balance needs to be changed. So we'll look at if we have a really upright figure or a slightly stooping figure. And our last 2 alterations will just be reassessing the shoulders one more time to check for prominent shoulders. And then moving on from that, our final fit adjustment will be just looking at the impact of if we have a lot of unevenness across our body, like a significant amount of unevenness, how to alter the block so that you can then fit one side differently to the other side. Now what I would say at this point is that you only need to do this if there's a really significant change. All of our bodies do have some kind of impact, and one will be slightly different shape to the other. Things in our bodies are never really perfectly symmetrical. As we work on our block, we're trying to find a happy medium between both sides so that we're generally getting a block that's going to fit both sides comfortably. However, if you do have a body that requires a significant alteration to one side, the final video is the one to look at to then assess which alteration you need to do for which side of your body. As ever with this series, you're going to need the following tools, and they're listed up here next to me. You're going to need your own bespoke body block, which is the most important thing. So grab a friend, get a whole load of pins, pop your toile on, and then start pinning and marking the pattern with me. Let's just get straight into it. We're going to start off by looking at fixing and resolving the issue of the garments just being generally too big everywhere. So we'll start looking at that. You can see here that we've got quite a lot of volume that we can take out, maybe 1 centimetre on each side around the bust, and also then around the waist we can probably take out maybe maybe even 2 centimetres at this point down at the bottom. And what that will then do is you can see it's now fitting her much better. It's skimming over the whole of her top, the whole of her torso. And if we move her around to the side, you can see it's just fitting nicely at the back and also around the front, around the waist. So that's what we're going to do. So that's how it should be fitting. It should be fitting a bit like a second skin, but it shouldn't be so tight that you can't breathe, but it should be on that borderline where it's comfortable. It's skimming your body elegantly. There's no crease lines, but it is like a second skin. It should be as tight as you can get it within comfort. So grab a pin and just start to pin down the sides. You can always refine the amount that you've taken out or pinned out once you've got a little bit further, once you've pinned in a few little pins. So I'm just going to pin down one side, sort of where I feel like it needs, how much volume it needs to be taken out and removed. And then I'm going to grab my pins and actually go around to the other side and just pin it in place on this side too, making sure that I'm taking out about the same amount on each side, okay? So that you've got an even distribution of volume being removed from the garment. So just pin that in place. I still feel like we can take out a bit more around the waist at this point. Can you see? We can still shrink it in a little bit more, but it's sitting nice and flat at the back. So what I might do now is actually just pin out some of the volume of the dart down here at the front. Just a bit tricky. Because I think that dart at the bottom probably needs to get a bit bigger as well, just to take out a bit more of that volume across the front. I'm just going to spin her around so I can get to her. Okay, so you should be able to see now that it's fitting much better around the sides. It's nice and smooth across the top. And now, because we've taken the volume out of the darts at the front and also removed it from the sides, we've now got a nicely fitted waist as well at that point. So we've got a number of different places that we're actually going to remove volume out of at that point to get that volume reduction. Let's take this bodice back to the drawing board and we'll get our body block out and we'll start to transfer the changes that we've done on our fabric to our body block. Let's do it now. Great, okay, let's take a look at the reductions that we've done for the overall fit of the top. For the bodice, we've obviously made some adaptations here to the size of our dart, and also we've made a general reduction along the side seams as well. So let's take a little look at the side seams to start off with. So working on our side seam, this is obviously the side seam of the front, effectively, just flipped over. I'm going to lay that seam up against here. At this point, I recommend that you make these adaptations and these markings on your body block. I'm going to use a fat green marker pen so that you can see clearly the changes that I've done on the screen above. However, for you, I'd recommend you use a coloured pencil so that you can clearly see the lines that correspond to your first fitting alterations. I'm fully anticipating that there will be some changes to do to your toile initially, which we're going to talk you through now, and then you're going to sew up your toile again and then try it again for fits, and there may just be some further minor amendments. So if you use a sharp coloured pen, maybe a green one to start off with, and make a note on the side of your body block, green pen annotates, you know, first toile alterations, and then the second time round you come and make some more fit changes. You may well want to use a red pen or an orange pen, and you can make a little note that says, you know, orange pen represents second changes to the toile, and then that's easy to track the changes that you've done. So we've got our side seam here, and we can see along the side seam how much volume we pinned out. We pinned it out of the front and also the back the same amount. So grab your tape measure and a washable pen. I'm using a friction pen here. I want you to mark a point every 5 centimetres along this seam here. Okay, great. And then I want you just to measure the distance from the arm side out and see how much we've reduced it by. So at that point it's 1 centimetre. And then at my 5 centimetre mark that I've done here, it's more like 1.2. My 10 centimetre distance from the arm side again it's about 1.2. Going down at my 15 centimetre mark at about 1.5 at that point actually. And then down at the waist, the distance was about 1.5 again. So now you know what the distance is at set intervals. Then I want you to grab your pencil crayon, and I just want you along the side seam here just to mark those intervals at 5 centimetres, 10 centimetres, 15, and if you've got a 20, a 20. Do the same for the back bodice piece. Mark it at 5, 10, and where's our 15? Down there. Perfect. And now I want you just to mark a point. Starting at the top, we've got a 1 centimetre reduction at this point. So just mark 1 centimetre along at the arm side. Then our next one was 1.2. So our 5 centimetre drop down from the arm side, measure a point at 1.2. Then down here again, it was around 1.2. And down by here it was 1.5. And at the waist again 1.5. Great, so once you've drawn that line, you can then join it up together. You just want to find basically a nice line between the two. For me, I feel like maybe I pinned it 1.2, 1.2, and 1.5, 1.5, but I feel like if I drew a line from 1 centimetre down to 1.5, it would sort of even itself out a little bit when I'm looking. Some are slightly in of that line and some are slightly outside of that line. So I'm just going to make that nice and simple and just draw a straight line from my 1 centimetre down to my 1.5 there. And you can see that my reference points are pretty close to that line. We're then going to repeat that process for the back bodice. So I would then mark a point at 1 centimetre from underneath the arm side, and then it was 1.2 down here, 1.2, and 1.5 for the final two. Grab your ruler, find a nice straight line between the two, or if yours is curving a little bit more than mine, find a nice curve using your pattern drafting ruler. So effectively now on our block, we've made a reduction of 1 centimetre to either side of the side seam. And what that does is it removes the volume from both of the side seams at that point, and then also at the other side seam. So we've successfully managed to remove that volume. The other thing I want to talk you through with this alteration is what happens if we need to remove volume from the darts as well at the waist. So let's take a look at how to do that. So on this model, we've removed some volume out of the darts. We've removed effectively the same amount out of both darts, and this dart corresponds with what's happening here. So imagine if the piece was folded over, that is your front piece laid like that. So that's your front dart we're looking at. Okay, so let's grab one of those darts and then we're going to do the same process as we did for our side seam. Grab your washable friction pen, your tape measure, and from the top of the dart, you might want to just mark that on at that point there. How much do we need to remove? So down at the bottom, I've got a nice 1.1. Mark that down there. At the top, it's just petering up to the top at that point. So once again, let's mark our 5 centimetre intervals down the dart. Maybe on this one, I'm actually going to draw a line between the pins, because I feel like they're a bit, some of those points are sort of halfway between, aren't they? My 5 centimetre interval, I just want to measure off that distance, and I can see that it's 0.5. At this point, let's just measure that. It's more like 0.7. And now we're wanting to make the dart bigger and wider. So these distances that you've calculated, we just want to offset them from the line of the dart that we've got already. So the first one here was 0.5. And then down here, the next one, it was 0.7. And then right down at the bottom, it was 1. So it looks like that's going to join up in a nice straight line from the apex down. We're just going to repeat the same process for the other side, marking off the intervals at 5 and 10 centimetre offset from the dart at the top, grabbing our ruler, offsetting the first one 0.5, 0.7 and 1 down at the bottom. Now, when I was drawing that straight line, I realised that actually my pen didn't actually join up those dots particularly accurately. So what I'm doing with this one is I'm trying to find a curve that is the appropriate size, and I might go back and redo that first one. So what I've found is that when I find a nice curve on this one, it does join the lines much more accurately, and these ones were just offset to either side. So I'm going to go back and redraw that first one using a nice curve like this. Yeah, that's looking much better, isn't it? Okay, so what's really interesting is that our dart is no longer effectively like a little triangle like this with straight sides. It's now become a bit more of a curve, hasn't it? And that's perfectly normal. In fact, I would expect that when you're doing your bespoke body blocks. The reason why standard patterns just have straight lines is because it simplifies the whole fitting process, because everyone's shape is so different that the curves that are needed to tailor something to fit you perfectly will be different for everybody. So it's perfectly fine to have like a concave kind of dart or one that curves out a little bit more, or straight is absolutely fine too. But don't worry about there being a bit of discrepancy there in terms of the arc and the curve of that dart line. You just make sure that you're following your body measurements and the reductions or increase of volume that you need. Great, so look at that. We've now made the changes that we needed to reduce the volume all the way around. What that's done, it has just tightened the side seams and also tightened the waist quite significantly at this point too. So thank you for joining me today. That's our very first fit video. We've obviously got a lot more to come, so do continue to watch and follow along so that you can see which alteration you need to make. So thank you for joining me today. As ever, do pop your comments below the video. We always love to hear from you here at Minerva. I'll see you next time.